Okay, chat. So this is a viewer submission for Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. And the only change I've really made to the deck that they submitted, believe it or not, was I added, I think, 3 lands. Yeah, we're at 37 plus 3 or 4 split cards. I believe I added 3 lands to the submission I was given because people never play enough lands. The question in my mind, I feel like I'm looking to answer going into this is this deck capable of generating enough card advantage to grind with the other mid-range or control decks that exist in this format, or can we successfully get under people by being aggressive? Because we do have some aggressive tools slash curbs here, a lot of 1s, 2s, and 3s. So let's pop on into some Brawl games and see how this goes, huh? For people asking me about my opinions on spells that are or aren't included, I'm just playing the spells they sent me to start. I trimmed a few to fit more lands in, but it's really hard to min-max optimize at a glance in a 100-card singleton format. If you have a suggestion of a card you think we should be playing that we're not, feel free to pull up the card text and tell me why we should be playing it, and we'll take it into consideration. But I have no strong opinions on the spells in this deck to start. Believe we snuck a few planes in. Couple 2-3. No, are all of our normal Brawl opponents playing Cube? I wonder if we desynced. We did sit there and talk and do a deck tech for 2 minutes. Nope, just a long queue time. Does the draw mean... The draw means we haven't desynced. I believe if we're desynced, it just leaves us in the queue. Alright, we got one, Shep. I think we take the free mulligan on the 2-lander. In general, the matchmaking algorithm tends to rate planeswalkers as higher power levels in my experience, yes. Probably higher than they should be a lot of the time. Okay. Thanks for the 31 months, J Boogie. Welcome back. 21 months. Math is hard. Reading is hard. Reading is hard. I think I want to just get Nahiri going. Well, we beat Spell Pierce with our treasures. That's nice.
I will calm the royal and save all find the relics of my people.
Ears, come out and play. For the 1.5 year physicist, welcome back. Appreciate it. I have a sword here. Try and generate some value.
Help me remake this world.
Protection from blue going on. Lady Gaga is here, chat. Will she be enough to overpower the Baron?
The core empire will rise again.
Rise, my core empire, rise! This card usually reads suspend one, win the game. Let's see if that is the case this time through. Narrator, it was the case this time through. Thanks for the follow, Hill Trooper. So for people wondering why we conceded, they were bouncing the Elvish Norn there, which meant their draws were going to get to kill all of my creatures. And I didn't have mana to recast Elvish Norn for a minimum of 2 turns. We were going to die before then. Alright. Could Haktos cross the finish line? No, there was a good chance they killed us in 2 turns, right? They dealt the first trigger to our dome with Niv. And like they get to attack with it as a 5/5 as well. Alright, we found us another creature deck. Let's do it. Okay. Cozy, thanks for the prime. There's the 10 agree people you can send that to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month and keeping me around. I'm supposed to uncrop here instead of having the first striker on defense. It's a lot more resource efficient. Tisa doubles their death triggers. Yeah. And when in doubt, kill their commander, right?
When people start screaming, I know. Burn!
Burn, baby, burn. Dee, 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 dee. Oh, it doubles up remembrance too. It's not just triggers on creatures themselves. Yeah, that makes sense. That lets them kill Chandra. We get to eat the cat. Makes a replacement blocker, but at least it's only making 1 rather than 2 with Tesa down the line.
This is a waste of my time.
Waste of my time. I would make sure you have a plan for playing against control if you're playing in the open tomorrow.
Calm the anger that dwells within. We will survive this crisis.
We'll survive this crisis. That's a lot of optimism, Nahiri. Listen, I've spent the better part of the last 2 years observing humans as they react to crises. I'm not sure your optimism is warranted. That's fine. Even if it's a good plan, Faith Princess, no plan survives contact with the enemy.
My search is nearing its end.
don't even know if this attack is good. Probably not. So he's gonna start pumping out 4/4s here.
Your loss.
Tapped land here so they can't taste us at least. Oh no. Is this card too good? What are people's thoughts? I think it might be. Like, we've been talking about like potential alchemy changes. Like, it's so strong. Thanks for the tier 3, Maddie. Looking forward to playing some Unite in a little bit. Okay, so I get to do this. And I get to kill this now.
Thrown in my storm of stone.
There's like 800 different things you could do to Meat Hook Massacre to make it slightly worse and still playable. Pick one of them. Yeah. This didn't feel particularly competitive. It did not feel like we were able to do either of those two things we talked about in the deck tech. Just like, was nowhere near aggressive enough to get under our opponent. And as the game was going long there, they just outvalued us very easily. Voru? You're saying it's a Boros deck? Well, we've played Boros commanders that have been fine before. What was it? Huatli. The red-white Huatli is actually one I want to get back around to at some point. That one was fine when we played it. It was a very mid-rangey commander. That's one I'd not even thought about before Supion, but yeah, just stapling the once per turn onto a lot of things would go a long way. It's a big true. I think I'm gonna play Batterbone here, and then this way I can Saram into a 1-mana thing next turn, so that way they can't kill this before it draws a card. Because they have like a shock here or something I want Saram to draw before he dies. It is like a batter skull at home. The old batter bone. I think I'm just chilling with this Finest one up to protect Surim. Like, next sure we could go land Nahiri. They have their raised boar. But we have... Actually, we're probably just going Banishing Light on here now, right? I'm in danger! I'm in danger, chat! This little piggy went stomp, stomp, stomp all over my face. Where will you be when the hog hits, chat? The pig hath flooped. Floop, piggy, floop. All you gotta do is ride around, piggy. Floop, piggy, floop. Okay. Okay. You there. Pick up that hammer.
We will protect my home.
Swole core, chat. Okay. Okay. They aren't quite dead yet, but they're getting close. Wow, that card is bad. How is this an Eldraine card, chat? Wasn't Eldraine supposed to be the card with all the set with all the busted cards in it? They can't possibly be an Eldraine card.
Your fate was forged in stone.
This must be some kind of mistake. Oh, it's a white Eldraine card. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, it's not Draft Chaff. It's a rare. Yeah, well, Eldraine was the set of Embercleave, chat. The old Embercleave set. Kenrith drained the mace of its power. Yes. It's a deck full of counter spells, chat. Please don't be a deck full of counter spells. Maybe they're aggressive, Marty. Maybe they're aggressive. gosh. Chat, they left this up. That means they have... Means they have a counterspell available, huh? Alright, be cool. Be cool, all of our spells resolved. Things you love to see, it. We're at 4, 5, 6. We're en route to casting Amaria's Call. It's a 7-mana spell. I'm saying there's a chance. Okay. Okay. She eats a counter spell. Amaria's Call is then more likely to resolve next turn. A little cold in my office, chat. We do have the mana to recast her, yeah. No blocks. Down to 19. And another spell never resolved again. Alright, here's hoping we roll 3 or 4 with Mr. Hectos here. Just not 2. Come on, guard. Oh my gosh, they don't know how Hectos works, chat. Sometimes lucky they didn't know how our card works. God bless us, everyone. Yeah, maybe they thought it was protection from 2. It's definitely the opposite for people that haven't played with Hectos yet. It's protection from everything but 2. 2 was his Achilles heel. Hey, glad that can be a good thing for you, Dia Bunny. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Your 2022 is filled with bigger and brighter things. Think we're just sort of the realming here. We're gonna lose our only threat. Sedge. Big Sedge. I can't see this card and not think of Day 9. He spent so much time and energy trying to make this card work in Constructed, but unfortunately it's just another one of those Eldraine white cards. It's not very good. I'd recommend trying to find a range damage carry that you like, Chef Seth. Dragonite, Greninja, Cinder Ace, Gardevoir, Decidueye to a lesser degree. All right, well, their Cyber Claw swung and missed here. Yeah, Pikachu, Ninetales. Oh, I probably should have killed the flying idiot, huh? I guess we can still do that. Yeah, Decidueye is like 3 characters back at this point. Yeah, Decidueye, Zarina, and Dragonite were the 3 most recent additions at the end of last year. We actually should be due. We should be due for getting another new character in Unite sometime soon. We got Dragonite on December 20th. Hopefully should get news of something new coming up sometime soon. It better be Scyther. Scyther or Butterfree would be great. I agree. Legends of Arceus comes out at the end of the month. I don't think that I'm very likely to play that, though. I've kind of bounced off of the mainline Pokemon games as I've gotten older.
If I'm gone, you'll lose.
Colossus Hammer just got a lot more awkward. See if we could dodge giving them a sweeper here. Okay. We have to start chump blocking Gigan here. I'm actually just going to use this as a gain 6. Make them take the utility knife. This says when the creature dies, it comes back to our hand. So now if they want to attack with Gigan, we trade and then get our Blade Master back. It's not completely free, though, because it means they're going to get to replay the Gigan to get a trigger to generate more value. But we also just, can't sit here and let the 6/6 wail on us. Well, I guess if they attack, we do have lifelink with Double Strike. Maybe we do just take the hit and start racing. Dude, let's do that. Oh yeah, this applies to everything too, huh? So we can make this Double Strike as well. Forgot about that. All right, that could have gone worse. Could have gone worse. They draw a removal spell? Oh, man. Hey, come on, just draw a brick for a turn or two. Dialerino. I'm gonna turn this 1-2 into a gain 6 here, I think. I guess I might also not attack, being worried about the backswing. Well, that's super aggressive. Oh, I could have double blocked one of the menace hits. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and we could have double blocked one of the menace Dorkos. That single hit gives us a life total buffer, which is nice. Would have a little bit more of a buffer if we had played slightly better. Yeah, I just can't attack now. Mana Tithe, not looking particularly exciting. It'll discard to protect the Season Hollow Blade at some point. We could make Gigan a coward. The problem is, if we make it a coward... If we make it a coward and they kill Intimidator, they probably would have just killed this last turn, right? Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how we win from here. Alright, I'm gonna give this one more try, but this deck doesn't feel particularly competitive. It feels difficult to play lower powered planeswalkers as commanders in Brawl because their deck strength matchmaking algorithm rates all planeswalkers extra high for some reason. This has been my experience in the past too. You play a kind of middling planeswalker and you end up queuing into people that are all much better than you in terms of power level. It's also just been impossible to escape blue cards in every format today. This week, this month. Well, so they do look at the cards inside of your deck too, but they don't put enough weight onto it. I don't know who Burinator is. I don't know. Our deck's probably slow and fair regardless of what we play. A non-Planeswalker commander probably gives you better matchups, though. Maybe you have more of a chance of getting wins on occasion or feeling somewhat competitive if you have a creature as the commander. There's only 10 snow permanents to make a 2020, right? That's super doable in this format in a monocolored deck. Hey, you have protection from that. We have protection from that. Oh, I could have gone Mind Stone into Crasher there. Yeah. I think switching the commander kind of sounds like a good idea. The Nahiri has not felt like sufficient grind, and she's definitely making our matchups harder on average. Yeah, Kira has card advantage baked into it as well. Yeah, let's try that one to start. There's a few we could just like easily swap that still play into the equipment theme, which is nice. Yeah. Need something more aggressive than this to start. He says as he autopilots into clicking keep. It's cool, it's just a longer process, Mulligan. Yeah, exactly. Now, hands like this are a real downside to playing this as opposed to Nahiri. Because, like, Nahiri can help us find equipment when we don't have them, whereas with this, we're kind of just at the mercy of drag. So, like, maybe because we're playing this as the commander instead of Nahiri, I'm not supposed to keep this 7, even though we have, like, lands and decent spells. We just, like, need to have an equipment in the opener, maybe. Could see that being the case. So we get to drop a Kiri out, and then next turn we get to go core into this. That's true. Based on this first deck we're playing against, it looks like we are seeing the upside of changing our commander, which is being in a bracket that's better for us. We get to draw a card and crunch for 10 here. Your move. We had untapped land next turn. This Black Blade will put them under the Abyss. Opponent's gonna really start popping off here, though. They've got Vanquisher's banner in play, and they've got this, which is gonna make a bunch more elf tokens. Yeah, it's a little weird that they're playing Azusa as their commander and not like the elf planeswalker. Maybe they stopped playing the planeswalker for the same reason we did, which is putting them up into brackets that were too high by virtue of being a planeswalker. Can see that being the case. Oh God. Oh, they could play something like Varus as the commander too, potentially, right? Yeah, or Herald. Well, he likes this, I guess, but... This is, yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it with this one. So, unfortunately, it definitely does not feel like this deck is capable of meeting either of those two requirements we talked about during the deck tech at the beginning. Our matches against the other, you know, mid-rangey decks, we could not get under them successfully, and the type of card advantage that we were generating and board presence we have just like is worse than what most other decks in this format are doing. It's kind of felt like kind of stuck in the middle with nothing to do type scenario for sure. I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap on Magic stuff for today. I'll flip over and play some Pokemon Unite Trios. Bread Boxer and Matt are gonna jam with me. Oh, and it looks like